What is up, guys? It's Sunday. We're off. We're actually ahead of time. This is the All or Nothing Show. My name is Austin.
We
I'm
were
the
sleeping
host.
on it.
Yeah.
Snow days can't stop us.
We got the boss
That's
page
true.
here, Griffin, Brock, and we got a special guest, the guy that we've been trying to get on for like 2 weeks. Snow.
Snow keeps getting it, but
Dude.
they can't stop us.
Dude, he's got too much ice.
Yeah.
But Jihan, we got him on the show finally. to
I know,
talk
isn't
about his
that
The
funny?
government didn't want us.
Yeah.
Both times, that got shut out for snow.
Hopefully to talk into his new and upcoming competition you got coming up here soon, so we can dive into some topics about that. But we are going to start this show off with a nice, good old-fashioned.
Woodford Reserve.
Yeah,
Huh?
no
No.
energy drink today.
Local.
One of our members and friends here, Franklin Early, I heard it was my birthday, I guess almost, a little bit over a week ago, almost 2 weeks. And I had some of this premium Moonshine Belle Isle brew at his place. So he dropped us off 100 proof and then also this cold brew coffee, which I think will be like better tasting and less hard hitting. So we're gonna give it a try on the podcast. Do something different than an energy
In a
drink.
place of an energy drink, yes.
Yeah.
So.
And it's still, I guess for some details, it's still got a little bite to it. It's 70 proof, so most vodkas and whiskeys are 70 proof.
May
Yeah,
loosen
get
up
one.
the conversation a little bit,
We didn't even
too.
open it before the so anyway, but yeah, no, I was interested in it because if y'all have been listening for a while or you follow me on Instagram, I'm like pretty into coffee. So it kind of sparked my interest, and yeah, usually all alcohol tastes like shit to me. Not really interested in it.
But this
It's
one
way
is a
overpriced.
Blanchard's partnership.
But
so.
yeah, but it has a little like yeah,
Yeah.
it just tickled my balls. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, let's do it. So.
Dang, it's masking tape.
And I'd have no like reason to drink alone, so I think we Austin brought two other.
Not yet.
Yeah, get hammered with the boys. But Austin brought two other like flavored ones from Belle Isle. So
Which,
Are
by
we
the way,
doing
they're
all
local
of
to
them?
Richmond, right?
yeah. Well, Belle Isle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think some listeners probably are like, what the fuck's Belle Isle? They won't make
Yeah,
that
that's
connection.
true.
So.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's true.
I don't drink, so how much should I? Like a fourth glass?
No,
Less.
maybe like
Yeah.
a knuckles
A
worth.
splash, yeah.
A knuckles
You want me to
worth.
do it for you?
Like, boom.
Oh, like a little, like an
Yeah.
inch.
Yeah.
Careful.
Right about there. So there's probably a good little taste.
Grog.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm
And
just slurring my
you-
words.
You gotta pour your own poison in here, so
Yeah.
nobody's responsible for
Yeah.
anybody's actions.
Yeah.
Are we trying more than one bottle?
I don't think so.
Dang,
I
Austin
'cause
topping it off.
Nah, dude.
What we want to do
Getting a
is
nice
You want
taste.
some Vaso
I think
6
we're
in
gonna
there?
try because we have three others. Although I don't think we'll do the 100 proof, but
Okay.
try one per podcast.
All right.
So, which you're welcome to.
Dude,
Yeah.
My next
After
question is,
hours.
how much can I pour in here?
as
much
much as you want.
If you want to get fucked up, you can.
Just gotta limber up.
If he wants to have a good time, don't say
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty
funny
tough.
story.
Wait till we get to
Whoa.
these
So,
questions.
Oh, fuck.
funny story.
Okay.
I was the guy who would come to the party with a bottle of Jack Daniels just for me and
Okay.
drink it all that night.
So this is warm up.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But when
Well,
I
it
do
may
drink,
wake up
yeah, when I
again.
do drink, it's like, yeah, I'll just pour a mug of straight
Well,
whiskey.
I feel like I'm
Titanic
I'm a
over there with the
connoisseur
ice
a lot
cube.
Of things. Like I'm not into like base level of things.
I didn't wait for anybody.
No, you didn't.
Fucking shit.
Hold on,
I'm
let me
also
get my
used to
thought out.
coming in with my own thing of whiskey.
He went swan dive into it,
Yeah.
or squirrel dive.
Spoiler, that shit
Let me
tastes
get
good.
my.
And he just woke up.
Hold on. I had a thought. Let
What's
me get
up?
it out before we lose it. So I'm a bit of a connoisseur. I feel like with things to where with clothes. Okay, with gym clothes, I want to have like more premium shit, or with coffee, I gotta have like specialty roast. So I feel like I'm not gonna be like an alcohol guy, but as I get older and try different things, see what I like, I feel like I will be more that, like you said, like kind of pour and sip kind of deal. There's more specialty drinks or craft beer. I'm never gonna be like a Bud Light Natter Day kind of dude. So
I enjoy them both.
He's
I'll enjoy
too
craft
bougie.
and
I'm
good
too
cheap
bougie
one.
for that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah, no, I'm
smells
excited
good
to
so
try this.
far.
Yeah, it does smell good.
Are we doing a review, like a point
Yeah,
scale
100%.
review?
I have nothing really to compare it to.
Well, I mean, you can give a review, and you aren't chugging it. You're just getting a little sip.
You took it well.
I like that.
Talk for yourself, man. But like,
I like that. I definitely taste the
It's
coffee
pretty
to it.
smooth. Yeah.
Yeah, that is smooth
I do taste the coffee too.
on the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if you breathe in as you sip it, you definitely get it. Damn.
I'm trying to think what I could compare it to that's non-alcoholic. It's kind of like a
Coffee.
Blanche.
well, it tastes like Maddie's like Dunkin' Donuts, whatever thing she has at home. She's been mixing like a cold brew she'll buy there, and then I mix in her Bloom creamer.
What's the proof?
Oh, 75.
No, I mean at home.
The proof. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't push it or drink.
So, Jihan, do you typically drink at all, like during your off season or obviously during your prep? We're enjoying a good beverage right now, but
I don't almost drink at all anymore. Just out.
well, obviously that. I mean, we could all agree that
I
probably
like
would hinder
what,
the performance.
This one MMA fighter said it best. I always like stick back to it. Is he's like, I always put like the only thing I'm putting in my body is performance enhancers, not enhancers.
Right.
So it's like
Exactly.
no alcohol, no drugs,
Well,
unless they're performance.
There's like Phil Heath and all them. They say you can't be a rock star and a bodybuilder, and I'm sure it's the same way with most powerlifting. For a certain extent, you can't get wasted and expect to pull a PR the next day. Maybe not.
Who's that?
It's probably true.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, it wasn't even that deep. It was I tried a bunch of really, really bougie whiskeys one night.
Yeah.
Like altogether the shots came to be around $600.
Oh.
And I was used to being like it's like just 5 shots. Just me, just bored, and like, let me see what this is about. And after that, my handle of whiskey, I didn't have the palate to appreciate it, but my handle of Jack Daniels was just disgusting. And I was like, I don't know what just happened. I'm just done with whiskey.
Yeah.
And then it took me like 5-10 years to come like around to and be like, okay, I don't hate all whiskeys anymore. I like whiskeys. But at that point, I was just like, I have I've been out of the scene for so long.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, I just don't drink like that.
Yeah.
But when I do, I drink.
Like, it's so expensive too. Like
It is.
I mean, it's fine if you want to have a good time, but I mean, I see some people that's like, oh, every Friday, every Saturday. I'm like, you're burning $20-$30 every or more.
Yeah,
every
definitely
like,
more.
time you're going out.
Yeah.
I mean, and like my biggest thing is too is it's like it's okay if like the once in a while or the gift or like you're celebrating something. But if you're just like celebrating getting to the weekend, who gives
I
a
get what
shit?
you're saying. I get what you're saying because there is no return really on it.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no,
there's
like-
the people that are blowing $80 every day to just drink with their friends for Saturday, and like best scenario they get laid, but who cares? It's like not,
And
Don't remember it
Besides
usually.
the,
Yeah, you don't remember.
Or you
talking
get
like
whiskey
besides
dick.
the experience that you get from like enjoying a higher end drink,
Yeah.
there's no like return for sure on the back
That's
end.
true.
Like you don't really gain anything financially out of it. You don't obviously, and you don't gain anything physically probably out of it unless you're getting your dick sucked or something. But
This is different for me too because I haven't really drank at all in like a year. And prior to that, I feel like my experience is usually like go to the bar and I don't like to hold a lot of things. So I just usually like finish it in 3 sips, throw it away and like, okay, I haven't felt anything yet. Let me order another one sort of thing. So it's weird to just kind of like sip and
It's like
taste.
pre-workout. Like I don't feel it
I
yet.
know.
Let
Dry
me take another
scoop it.
scoop.
so you're off the wagon.
Yeah, I guess so.
Damn.
You enabled me. We need
You broke edge.
Yeah.
Ain't straight edge no more.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Well, Jihan, let's get into it, man. So you got a competition. When is that competition coming up?
Next Sunday.
Next
21st.
Sunday.
Oh, next Sunday.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dang.
Where's it at?
Go time.
The weight room.
Oh, okay.
It was just a pop up when I was like, oh, okay.
Gotcha.
I guess I'll
Is
do
it what? Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to touch on. I wrote on the board was like, what federation are you in now, and like a broad kind of description of each one, pros and cons of them. Anything you might want to know because I know there's USPL, USAPL. There's one with an I, right? Is it
IPF,
IPL,
IPL.
yeah.
That's when you're like, oh, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
And then what's the raw thing? Doesn't that guy
Well,
Russ Swole do that?
Just raw. Like it depends on like you're going to use wraps.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But it's funny that like knee sleeve still counts as raw, and like belt. But obviously, like I mean, I get it because like the wraps help a lot more, and like the bench suit and things like that. But it's interesting, like if there was like a raw division, where
So
it's like
You
beltless.
can't wear shit. You got shoes.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. Barbaric shit.
Yeah,
But
Andrew would like that. No
Jihan,
shoes.
what could you like break down what federation you're in? For me, I know little to nothing about powerlifting. What are you in exactly, and what are the protocols for it?
So, I've competed USAPL traditionally. And it was just because it was the one I knew about.
Yeah.
People pushed me towards and it was like, all right, okay, cool. And just did it. But I got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm cool with my numbers. I can't decide whether I want to cut down to thoughty ass 205 because I like being there, or whether I want to sit around like 300 just because I'm strong. And I could be strong at both, but I was just like, it's one or the other. There's
Dropping
really no
100
Jihan,
pounds.
Yeah, there's no middle.
I was about to ask, did you mispronounce something? Because I heard 205 and then
He
300.
told me that before, and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen you at below like 240.
I know. I never took pictures or anything, so it's like it sounds like I say a bunch of shit that sounds like it's a lie.
I was 205 when I was 11. You know?
Yeah.
So what are you right now?
This morning 304.
Go off, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I was competing USAPL for a while, and I was just like, all right, bro, you need to decide like I just made a rule like you can't compete unless you cut weight. You need to at least cut down to a weight class before you can compete at all. I was like, all right, cool. So I just didn't. And instead of just being like, I'll compete, I'll force myself to go back to competing in a competition, as opposed to like a local or something like that. I just was like, I just want to deadlift 800. So like whatever my true passion was just came out. It was like, you don't care about being in this weight right now, dog.
Yeah,
you care about deadlifting 800. So
yeah.
I like cut 30 pounds and being like, I'm bored. What do I actually want to do? And I go back to deadlifting or whatever I'm doing. But yeah, so when I saw USPA, it was like a bunch of people talking like what world records somebody hit and blah, blah, blah. I was like, what's going on here? So I started to look over the federation like, oh, there's a lot of things happening. I didn't bother looking at my weight class. And I looked at what I could deadlift. I think it was like, right after my birthday last year, I hit 800. I was like, I wonder what the world records are for USAPL. I was like, 860 is the world record. I'm too close to that to not want to
try it.
Yeah, well, there's two ways to look at that. I'm too close to not want to try it. Or if that's the heavyweight world record, I'm too close to not want to cut weight and just make sure I can just hit records now. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll actually cut weight. So I went to from about 315, 320-ish down to 328 or 220, 285 in like a month or so. And then I looked at the USPA world records. And I was like, oh, you know what? I can get 3 world records right now if I actually get in shape for this and just stay at 308. And I followed my rule of I dropped the weight class because it's super heavyweight and just heavyweight. I was like, okay, this is cheating myself as far as like, hey, I didn't make the stipulation that I can't change federations to drop weight class. I was like, okay, fuck it, I don't care. I'll just do that. So I went from super heavy to 308. So that's why I'm sitting at 305. But yeah. So
And can you break down the weight classes? I don't know when where's the top end,
like
where's
the
the bottom
cap
end.
for heavyweight is 308.
Depends on the federation. So with USAPL, the cap for heavyweight is like 265.
That's okay.
And after that, it's unlimited. It's just like whatever you are, you walk in
Some
there.
big dudes, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. But it's always the short fuckers who win. So yay me. But
the bowling balls.
Yeah. So, but like USPA has a bunch of breakdowns of weight classes in between, especially when you get into the heavier weights, because it goes from I don't know exactly all the smaller ones anymore, but it's 308 and above, 308, 275, 242, 220. So there's just a lot of other breakdowns versus the other ones is like, no, you're this or you're that.
Yeah.
At least when you get to the heavier weights, which is where I'm at. But yeah.
Damn, dude. So how long have you been, like, I guess, competitively competing?
2018, I think.
Okay. So short time.
Yeah.
At least in my eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, for
maybe
sure.
It was so the last time I was at 205, I injured both my Achilles. I was training to fight, and I was about to do the CrossFit Games.
What?
And
Hold on.
I told you it's gonna be a
Yo,
bunch
I
of
don't
unicorn
believe
shit,
it.
man.
Went from CrossFit to deadlifting 815.
Yeah,
Dang.
it's a bunch of unicorn shit, man. I wish I was into filming my shit because it all sounds like it's like you're fucking.
Yeah.
I feel like you're making shit
Go
up
back
right
in the
now.
archives.
All right, drink's kind of fucked up. Let's
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
that away now.
Yeah.
He's just kind of talking a
Yeah.
bunch of shit.
So this was 2013. I was cutting the fight. And I remember I was trying to get to 185 because I was like, I'll be damned. I was really angry at the thought of fighting Bones Jones and not losing because I got beat up, losing because he cut me open with an elbow. And I was like, that is the dumbest.
So were you
most
fighting
annoying thing.
MMA?
I didn't even get the chance to. I was just trying to cut down to 185.
But what
to
did
start.
you? Were you a wrestler like in high school?
Yeah.
Okay, and then did you ever have an MMA fight? Were you training for an amateur fight? Or?
I was training. I didn't even know what I was training for. I was like, I want to be in this weight class. I want to do MMA. But I wasn't like, I didn't even know the steps. I was like, I know I have a goal.
Okay, you were just.
I have an end goal, and I will get this done. So I was like, all right, I know what to do.
Jones would fuck you all the way up.
Probably.
like wingspan wise, he's probably like
That's
2
what I was
feet
like. I was
on
like,
you.
all right, cool. Like, eat a shot, come in. You're good at wrestling. But like at the same time, like good. In my perceptive at the time, perception. But like I was like, all right, man, I'm just gonna get elbowed and immediately bleed. It's not even like it's like, all right, you can eat a shot, cool. You're gonna bleed.
Yeah,
and you're
the
not gonna be able to stop
and then
this
blood's
fucking
rolling in
blood.
your eyes and you're on your back and
yeah. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Weird situation. And I'm gonna get the 185. I don't even feel like dealing with that stupid shit. And when I was trying to get the 185, at like 200, 205, I get injured both my Achilles. And I couldn't run half marathons anymore. I couldn't do a box jump.
That's one thing he told me the other day. Is he used to run like a half marathon every weekend. I was like, when was this? Because it's not now.
No. Fuck no.
He's lived like 10 lifetimes.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
How
like.
old are you, man?
31.
You're same age as me, but like, what am I doing?
Yeah, but don't let me get too far off on a tangent because there's so many weird fucking things. Like, wait, unpack that. But yeah, so going back to like getting the powerlifting, I get injured and like I can't run. If I get ankle picked, my knee's gone or my ankle's gone, both of them. I try to run like a block, I'm in excruciating pain. It's like, all right, what the fuck can I do then? So I just go to a gym and start lifting weights. I'm like, I guess. It was cool because like I got to 220, I was like filled out. I was like, this is the most beautiful I've ever been in my life.
Beautiful.
I am so fucking miserable. but it was like, yeah, I have all this. I look great. But it's like, I am so angry that I can't do anything I want to. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to go to my house, buy a PS4, buy a whatever the fuck was out at the time. I think it was a PS4. Get a TV and a TV stand because I didn't have a bed or anything in my room. I was just like, no, this is where I work out. And then I go to sleep on the fucking floor. But fucking so I brought out of that and I was like, I'm just gonna sit in my room and play Call of Duty, dog. I don't fucking care anymore.
Gaming is it?
It's like I am done. If I can't, let's just do the biggest temper tantrum. Like, if I can't do this, I'm not gonna do anything. So then I leave GNC, come back home, and just start working out. Because I'm like, literally, like, what can I do? And like I said, I'm just working out in the gym, like regular free weight stuff. And I injure my back. And it's like, you know what? This is what I'm going to focus on. I need to fix my squat. So at the time, I was probably squatting like 400, 450. And that was all I cared about. Because I just came out this wild depression. I was like, this is what's focused. This is my focus in not being suicidal right now. I need to fix my squat. So for let's do the timeline. This is 2013 that this started. And it led up to about 2016, 17 before I competed, I think. And yeah, for about 4 or 5 years time span, I was just focused on my squat. Didn't care about anything else. And I got good at it until the point where people were just like, yo, you should compete. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, the first time I had heard or seen of you, I was working at VCC for I worked there for like 3 years from, was 2015 to 2018. And I just remember, I guess like a year and a half in, so maybe like 2017 time frame, or 2016, I'd like see him in there wearing, it's one of those like, it was like a Winnie the Pooh type cartoon shirt, but it was made for lifting. Yeah, you know the shirt. The price still there, just stretched out as shit. But it says bulking season. It's like Winnie the Pooh, like eating honey and shit. And anyway, and they'd be like, someone would be like, yeah, that dude's fucking strong as shit. And I'd look over, there's like 6 plates on the bar. I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah. And so I just watch him squat. That was the most exciting thing on my shift. And then I heard you also have a twin brother, right?
No, he's not.
Not
Everybody
twin,
says
just a brother.
He's a twin, but I swear we don't look alike.
See, that's why I get false information. That's the problem.
No, we're not twins. If you see him, if you're like everyone else, other than me and him apparently, then you're gonna say, yeah, y'all look just a fucking like. I'm saying, I don't get it. That kid's a brick. He's about like 5'11", almost
He's
6
strong
foot.
as shit, right, too.
His top bench was 600. He
Damn.
won't compete.
It's okay.
Elite
He
genetics.
won't
okay.
compete. He just like doesn't fucking care. But the thing is, like, I probably had like a deadlift around like 650, 700 in like high school. It's just that we were around it all the time, so we didn't think it was anything special. It was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I feel that's sad because like not that there's like that potential's there to like be some like great at that, and it's just like not that like I don't know. I'm missing the words to describe it, but it's sad that somebody
yeah.
with that type of like potential is just like, oh, that's okay.
Indifferent to
I'm
it.
always angry with my football coaches now.
Yeah.
Because when I look back at it, it says for us on the board, for me and my brother, it said 585 was our top deadlift, but they stopped me. And I'm just like,
Would
wait.
let you do more.
Oh yeah, they just wouldn't. And I was like, what do you mean? I can go up. I was like, no, you can't. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
fucking cunt.
Dang.
This thing called insurance, and we're not trying to blow your shit out
Man,
here.
I never got a reason. I was just like mad, and I was like, okay. But you know, I look back at them angry. At the same time, it's like, all right, whatever. Maybe that helped me push into something else harder.
Has it been kind of hard to change direction like you have? Like to kind of find the drive for each different thing that you've been doing, like marathon running or fighting or wrestling?
It
or
was all
powerlifting?
just like, how do you cope with like mental distress?
Yeah.
It was just always so much weird trauma in my life, or how I like perceived it. I'll beat myself up about whatever's going on. So
Yeah.
this is how I get this out one way or another.
That's
What
something
age did that start? Kind of like high schoolish or?
15.
Oh, gotcha.
That was my first 100-pound cut.
Dang.
It went from 300 to about 200 in
Dang.
about 3 months.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The shred.
Yeah.
Was that for wrestling or
No,
just
I was
to
just
do
sad.
it? Oh.
I was just like, fuck all this shit. And then I just cut weight.
But dude, that's literally for most people that are overweight and they're just sad about everything. That's like the direction you took. It sounds like, even though it might still have been iffy, the right direction. Take care of yourself, you know.
Oh,
focus
yeah.
on you
Yeah.
to like make yourself feel better about
Once
yourself.
again, it wasn't even like I'm thinking about this from a health perspective.
Yeah.
It's just like, it started there. I was like, I'm gonna get leaner, but it was just more like, I'm really upset and running works.
Well, that's
Gotcha.
something that I've heard a few people I feel like talk about either in podcasts or videos recently, and something I was reflecting on in my own kind of running recently is I feel like for a lot of people, even if their life is in like the gutter, when you have like training, you know, rather than like a sport or a team, whether it's lifting or running, it's like that's the constant in your life, and you always have that to like go to, and that, you know, it's not only like a distraction from whatever you're going through, but it's also something that you can focus on, your self-improvement, your self-development, something to look forward to work towards. So I think, you know, whether it is running or lifting, it, you know, kind of adds that to your life. And just, you know.
And I can see how you transferred that into lifting heavy fucking shit. Just
Yeah.
like coming in here and giving it balls out, like pulling them out, letting them hang.
Yeah, because that's something I was talking to Brock the other day after we did the party in the gym, is that you don't wear any headphones. You just kind of like go along with that whatever's in the speaker. So I was curious, like, is that just because of the organization, or do you just try to get to like a certain mindset before
It's
you do a
because
big weight?
this is a fairly new gym,
Mhm.
and I don't want to cut myself off from everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it. I can get in a better headspace if I put my headphones on.
Yeah.
I can get like, it can help me trigger to where I'm like, all right, I'm at that point where I'm really upset.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you have to focus on not being upset. That means you're focused on whatever you're doing. So it's just like, all right, cool. Now I can do whatever I need to do.
That
Yeah.
brings me into, how do you like Iron Built Gym?
No, it's great.
Let's
It's
get a
been
client
great.
testimonial.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Like everything's been great.
I can say it's been great to have you here, and you know, like just as much as you know, I think we're a good fit to help you kind of get more exposure. Really, I feel like spread your wings as far as plans you have. I know we're thinking about putting together a competition once our competition bench gets here, and doing something not regulated per se currently, but at least some kind of mock meet and event, things like that. But it's been great to have you here and throw around a lot of heavyweight, get a lot of eyes here as well.
Dude.
And you definitely added to the whole kind of discipline and like vibe that we're trying to create here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I never knew about you until obviously you came here, and I saw you messing with some weights. And I was like, oh, he's pretty strong, and then out of nowhere you just started, hey, I need a bigger bar. I remember you mentioning one day, I can't fit that other plate on yet, and I'm like, what?
Nah.
And it does get me fired up. I mean, even though I'm not even close to those weights, I can see the drive, and it does like rub off, and it's infectious, you know.
How did you hurt your back originally, and does that ever kind of get into the back of your mind, like when you
No.
do big lifts again?
No,
Oh.
I spent like so much time fixing that squat.
Oh.
Like, no, that was like that whole 5-year span was just like I'll ruin my shoulders. I don't care about my deadlift. I don't care about anything. I care about my squat. That was it.
Dang.
So I really don't think about my back the way I should. I wasn't squatting. I wasn't using a belt until maybe like a year or two ago.
Jeez.
And even still, I don't use it right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just learning how to use it when I deadlift.
Dang.
And that's still questionable too.
Yeah.
I've just been forcing myself to use it, so now my numbers are catching up. I had to do a lot of change recently, just injuries and whatnot. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't thought twice about my back. That was an underlying issue when it got to like building up my deadlift though. 'Cause like I said, I only cared about my squat and my positioning and all this other stuff. I started working on my back a lot. I don't remember why,
Gotcha.
and I tore my hamstring
Dang.
because it seemed like my back was outperforming everything else.
Mhm.
So I fixed my hamstring, and right after that, that's when I started to get towards the 800-pound deadlift.
Dang.
So yeah, that I don't care about my back thing was the underlying issue that I could not see because I was so focused on my squat.
Yeah.
And then when I fix it just randomly, it was like, oh yeah, now your deadlift's at 800. It's like, oh,
Jeez.
Didn't know.
Big switch.
yeah.
So another interesting thing about you that I mentioned briefly to Austin was your fiance, right?
Yeah.
You've been together like 5 years, right? What'd you tell me?
12,
I know it's been some couple years.
13, 14. Since 2013.
Yeah, so what is it? 8 years almost.
It's been a
Just
while,
about
man.
that. And has she always lived in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that time, I was playing Call of Duty because I was upset. That's where I met her.
Oh, really? Made her own call.
Match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Was she whooping ass or what?
Actually, she was pretty good.
Yeah.
She was good at Black Ops 2, which
Damn,
I was.
good game.
I love Black Ops.
I was
That game
foreign to.
fucks.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I came in at Ghost, which everyone hates, but I was like, oh yeah, it's good. Whatever. I don't know. But yeah.
I spent like days worth of my life on Black
Me
Ops
too.
2. That game was,
A lot of
that game
shit
Zombies.
talking in
Oh,
those
yeah.
chat rooms.
I
Replay.
got around to it after Ghost. I don't remember what
Yeah.
the change was, but we was like, no, let's do Black Ops
Yeah.
2 now. I was like, oh yeah, that shit's great. I get why. Not saying I like Ghost.
Yeah.
This is from not having any of that shit in between.
Yeah, when
it.
you don't have the comparison.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I never played MW2.
But yeah, going
Oh.
to Black Ops 2, I was like, I get why y'all love this so much, and I get if you played this first, then played Ghost,
Mhm.
why you hate this
Comparatively,
Yeah.
yeah.
shit. Yeah. But it's a good game. It's a great game.
Dang.
So how kind of I don't know, you don't need to dive deep into the relationship, but how is it with like a long distance relationship, and is she coming over here soon? Or
It looks like it.
looks like it?
That's what it seems like to be the best move.
Because do you go over there? I think you told me like monthly.
It
Once
was
tried
until
to?
COVID.
Until
yeah,
COVID,
quarantine.
yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean, I'm now get like an annual conjugal visit because of fucking COVID. Well,
Dang.
hopefully 2022.
Yeah.
Well, 2021 isn't like that. I'm already kind of writing this shit off because of how tight Canada's restrictions are as far as travel.
Yeah.
But yeah, beforehand it was like we travel like 8 to 10 times a year.
It's just a lot of FaceTime and a lot of just
Yeah,
keeping up with each
yeah.
other.
Every night. Watch a lot of fucking Netflix. Got to the point where we're just like, all right, we just need like a jailbroken like firebox or whatever it's called.
Fire stick.
So do
There we
y'all
go,
like?
There you go.
So when you're talking about Netflix, do you like watch the same show at the same time and then like catch up with it after? Do you have it? On
No. We're just FaceTime while we watch it.
While you watch, I
Yeah.
thought that's what you were
Yeah.
doing.
I like
I
that.
thought about doing that. I feel like one time when Manny was at like college or something like that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you
I
do?
mean,
It's a good way to
that's
do
as
it.
close as you can get for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the movie. You ever seen Her? Any of y'all?
No.
With Joaquin
With
Phoenix?
Joaquin?
and
No.
he's like
No.
dating like the
The
computer
robot,
voice.
Siri
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
But
And outside of like any kind of like, kindergarten, first grade shit, that's the only relationship I've had in my life.
Dang.
Oh yeah, dude.
Only
Yeah.
one. So yeah.
So how many times have you been to Canada since the beginning?
I keep
I don't
sending
know.
her money, but I haven't seen
I
it.
know, right? I don't know. We don't go to Canada a lot. I mean, we might go there like once or twice a year.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe like meet maybe almost
Yeah.
meet in a different country.
No, well, we do that maybe once or twice a year too. What we tend to do is we just drive and meet in the middle. To just
Diamond
cheap
Rio.
Yeah. She's on the East Coast too, so it's like, all right, we just drive.
We drove to Niagara Falls like 2 or 3 years ago, and obviously that's I don't know if she's close to that or not.
Yeah,
Niagara
relatively.
Falls. Yeah, it was like a 9-10 hour drive.
Yeah. So we'll typically end up in throughout the year, like Pennsylvania, Ohio, just something right in the middle where we just both drive there.
Shit,
Dang.
yeah.
Yeah.
Canada's cool as fuck, by the way. I mean, when I went to Niagara Falls, like weed's legal, a shit ton of alcohol, booze everywhere. I mean, it seemed like a party right on the other side of the border.
Oh yeah, Niagara. Apparently, our side just sucks.
Oh, it sucks
ass.
dick.
Yeah,
Buffalo
yeah.
sucks.
Dang.
I haven't even been on our side.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, apparently our side is complete.
It is trash.
Dang. What was more fun between Canada and Mardi Gras for you?
Let's we'll keep that disclosed.
Don't get
Actually,
canceled.
yeah.
We'll
So
talk about
there's
that
There's a
after.
backstory about me going to New Orleans. It was during the biggest gay pride festival of like the century, called Decadence or something like that. When we showed up, quick story. We showed up and our Uber driver's like, "Hey, what brought y'all to New Orleans?" And we were like, "Oh, just to travel visit." And they were like, "Oh, you made it in time for Decadence." And we were like, "What does that mean?" So it's the biggest gay pride festival on the East Coast, or like in the Southeast, whatever. Like extra 300,000 people are in town for this weekend. We were like, "Oh shit!" And I got plenty of ashless chat videos walking around. New Orleans. I even got some beads myself.
All right.
Yeah, I was a superstar for the weekend.
That's good. That's good. Man.
That one weekend, I was
Definitely
a
not
guy.
boring.
Yep.
I was gonna ask too, just in relation to like weight fluctuation, or something that I feel like I hear about bodybuilders having a lot. Do you ever have like sleep apnea or anything, or sleeping on the floor at all with that kind of stuff?
No, man. Like apparently they're telling me just to do it because apparently I'm the poster boy for sleep apnea.
Dang.
Like my neck is thick as shit no matter
Yeah.
what weight I'm at.
Yeah.
And I'm above like I think it's like 220 is a cutoff, and like that's my lean weight. And it's
Jeez.
like, oh.
Yeah.
All right. So my coach at the time, he was like on my ass about it until he wasn't. He just kind of gave me a glare, and I'm like, "Fuck you too." I'm not getting it. But it was more so just like I don't like doctors. I
Yeah.
just grew up like a guinea pig. For
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, all right, fuck it. Like it's not my doctor now; it's my fucking coach, and it's actually a guy I respect. So
Yeah.
I was looking at him, and I do this with my clients now. I was just looking, I was like, I'm going to set up this appointment while I'm looking at you grimace. Like, I'm going to set this right now while you're looking at me with your face because you're angry that I haven't done it because it's accountability. And I set it up and this guy had done. They're just like, you barely have sleep apnea. I'm just like, it's probably because I was just awake because this shit feels weird. And it's like, yeah, you barely qualify for it. It's like, okay, but fuck it. Apparently it's like a natty steroid, so I'll take it. And then I used it until I had this weird mouth thing over COVID where it just I think it was like an infection on my teeth. And putting that mask on was just like unbearable, and I just haven't put it on since.
I'm sure that like I've never used a CPAP, but I'm sure it could dry your mouth out pretty quick because it's forcing air and as you're breathing in. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm sure it could dry you out a little
Yeah,
bit.
so I feel like this is just a bunch of hypothetical. But I feel like it cracked the tooth that already had a cavity, and it led to the infection, or whatever happened.
Yeah.
So that's why I've also been hesitant about putting it on. It's like, I remember how much that sucked. Fuck you, thing. I'll still pay for you, and eventually I'll take this seriously and I'll wear you. But for right now, fuck you.
Dang.
But yeah.
You know, I never know, but like I snore supposedly a little bit, and I wonder sometimes. I'm like, man, I feel like some mornings I wake up, I'm like, man, I didn't sleep. What the fuck? Is it because of that? If I maybe had a CPAP, would my rest been that much better?
Here's the thing. Like, the way I've looked at it now that I actually bit the bullet and went through the process of getting the test, it's the same way most people do as far as in the athletic world, or at least in the power and strongman world, powerlifting strongman world. It's like, if you could get it and it would enhance you, why wouldn't you just see if you can get it strictly for the idea of the recovery and performance?
Exactly.
Like, you can look at it as like, oh man, I feel like shit. And it's like, but you kind of can make an excuse about that. Whatever. Do you want to be better though?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Is like, you got people willing to like shave off fucking 10, 20 years of their life to get 10 extra pounds on something.
You're right.
Of course they'll
Yeah.
do a dumbass test with like a little like nose thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
If you phrase it like that, now it's like, oh yeah, actually, I'm on board.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do at that point. Oh,
100%.
Do you think of yourself as you kind of go through this journey of powerlifting or these other different like ventures? Do you ever think of yourself as like aspiring to be the best in the world, or do you just kind of like get tunnel vision towards whatever the goal is, basically?
At first, it was tunnel vision to whatever the goal was, because I didn't have a perception of the world.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is for whatever I'm coping with. And then when it got to where people were like, here's the numbers, I was like, okay, cool. Now I can see the numbers.
Yeah.
Now that I know, I'm like, oh, you're close to like some noticeable shit, my guy. I'm like, oh, okay, I have distinct goals that are putting in certain disciplines, as opposed to me just being like, oh, I'm just doing this for me. It's like, no. You have milestones that you can hit right this second that are noticeable.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would love to see him go to the animal cage at the Arnold.
Oh, that would be great.
So this is John Garland from Iron Built Gym.
Let's fucking go.
Dang.
So speaking of circling back to knocking 10, 15 years off your life, or not yours in particular, but people that are taking that route, is there ever a point where you'll realize, hey, I'm sort of peaked out, my numbers are super fucking high already, I want to see what I can take to the next level with maybe some PEDs or other advancements?
I don't know. I mean, at some point, it makes sense if you want to feel like you're peaking in general at all times, like some age or whatever your testosterone count is. I'm just not there because I was really heavy on the idea of doing it when I was like 26, 27, and I was just like nah. I just never found a reason where I was like, I want to do it. But that was the concept, though. It was like,
for sure,
I'm going to keep doing what I can naturally to get as strong as possible before I get to this, where I need to be, where I feel, not need to be here, but where I'm like, all right, I want to actually make this transition.
For sure.
I just don't have a reason to make that transition.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, your numbers obviously have still been going up, so there's no point in like, no point in fucking up a good recipe, I guess.
Yeah.
Recipe's working.
Well, then, like, if you talk to somebody, it's like, which side's dark or which side's light, if you talk to somebody with a different perspective. Because it's like, well, I mean, you're not fucking up the recipe. You just add MSG, dog. That shit tastes way better now. Like, maybe you're just a better athlete at this point. What are you fucking waiting for? So, but like, that's just different mindsets.
Yeah.
My mindset was just like, I just don't have a reason to. Yeah. And it was never like, I need to get to where I'm doing this number to beat everyone. It was just, I conveniently happen to be here because I was angry or sad. Yeah. And I coped this way. I guess I'll do this because I'm here.
How has that changed for you, like, since you first started? Do you feel like working with a coach now, like, it takes you out of that angry or sad kind of like mindset of like just trying to push forward? Or does it feel weird like working with somebody or kind of having somebody tell you what to do?
What I find with working with a coach is it doesn't tend to work. Because I'm very introverted, and I will either, and you can say it's both sides because there's factors, both as factors. But there's always a communication breakdown where it should have been something went wrong because I didn't train traditionally. Yeah, I was just training fueled off emotion and what I knew. So something will break down where you think it should not happen like this, and it shouldn't with your typical athlete. Yeah. But it's like, I did not pay attention to this while I was doing all this crazy shit. So something will happen wrong. And then, there'll be some weird communication where I just get halted by something dumb, and neither one of us are figuring it out. Because now I've gone out of my trainer brain where I said, I am my coach, and I need to figure this out. It's like, that's your job now. Yeah. But they're just like, why the fuck did we run into this issue? And it was just like, all right, this isn't working. Yeah. Every coach I've had, except for one, I won't say their name, this maximal potential coach, waste of fucking money. But every coach I've had, good, smart. Yeah. Made sense what they said. It just made more sense if they were my one-on-one personal trainer, that would have been different. Yeah. I'll say that too. But they were just like general powerlifting team coach. What they said made sense. It just didn't make sense for me at the time. Yeah. Even like one of these, perfect example, actually. One of these coaches, really fucking respectable, really good. My deadlift was around like 650 at the time. And I remember the exact words he said probably a year before I went up to like 800 was, you should focus on your squat. Your deadlift's not that good. And I was like, all right. I didn't listen to him. Yeah, but I heard what you said. But he didn't know. It's like, I deadlifted once a week for 8 years. Once. like, why would he think my deadlift's good? I did not give a fuck about it. I only train it once a week.
Yeah.
All I did was start training it 2 or 3 times. Like, oh, now it's 800.
Dang. Yeah.
But like, he wouldn't know that.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true. That's
that's
true.
weird.
Kinda just
Especially
general.
you being an introvert, not really giving much information back.
Exactly.
I can see that now.
So I've had good coaches, but like the communication is being fucking weird. But yeah, that's not to say I won't get a coach in the future. Because now that I'm able to step back and look at this process as a personal trainer, I'm like, oh, got it. I need to actively communicate because I'm the weird one.
Yeah.
Other people will communicate more with their coach, and they wouldn't be in this situation where this didn't happen.
That's what I feel like a lot of people make the mistake of is like as a client of a personal trainer is you gotta put out as much as like you hope to get back from them.
Yep.
So like if you're not telling them what the issue is or telling them how things went, you can't expect them to just read your mind and make these adjustments or alter your program or diet in this fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%.
one question I was thinking is it's kind of like twofold, but what would you say is like your strongest or like most respectable lift, bench squat, deadlift, and what's the one you enjoy the most? It might be the same answer. But.
Deadlift and deadlift.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a deadlift guy too. I feel like my like whole posterior chain, like low back, glutes, and like hamstrings, like are just the strongest there. It's like I just hit like a PR recently of 475 on deadlift, and yet my squat, if I were to max out, I feel like it's like a 365. And I just feel like there's such a drawback from there. But I've just always just felt so much more comfortable with the deadlift too, because I feel like if I don't have it, I can just drop it. A squat, there's like the walkout, there's the balance, there's knees, hips, ankles, everything's got to be aligned, back angle. There's so much more to it. I mean, deadlift is very technical too, but I just feel like a lot more in tune with it.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people that squat, all those things are true. The biggest concept that I feel like people get like fucks them mentally is that it can fall on you and you might die.
Yeah, that's what gets me. Not about dying per se, but like just drastic injury. Oh fuck.
I've never been folded, but I just know that like if I take that extra piece of hay and stack it on there, could it potentially fold me up?
And this is why we're not talking, like why we're not doing it right. I feel like when you're in that moment where you don't know if it'll go up, what you're thinking is, I might die.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking when you have 675 on your back in front of everyone at the party?
I was about to say, let's reverse that. You stopped the gym that day.
Yeah, and then the J hooks were too high
and
too.
I heard about that.
You didn't have to say a word, and you stopped the gym.
Yeah.
And it just like I felt like everything slowed down.
Yeah.
Even the music was like honed in. I was like, yo, this is about to fucking happen.
Yeah. 675s, I mean, that's my warm up. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's like when I get to 725, it's like, all right, this is actually like a thing now.
Yeah.
That's the weight I meant.
Yeah,
725.
725. I
Yeah.
forgot what it was.
Yeah, 725 is just like, all right, don't die.
Yeah.
I swear, just don't die.
Love
The
it.
first
Last
time I did
words.
700, it was this kid Duncan Hunley, good fucking lifter, and he's young. He wasn't even in my weight class, but I was looking at him, I was like, he's probably a heavyweight, whatever. And his opener was like 600. I was like, walking, like, yeah, I guess I'll hit like 665 this time, 675, whatever. Still not taking things too serious. It's like, wait, does this little motherfucker say, not little, young, but like, did this little motherfucker say he's opening with 600? It's like, I have to hit 700 today. Oh my God. What the fuck? Like, I never even had any kind of like thought of competition. It was like, oh, I could lose if I don't actually go balls to the wall.
Yeah.
That was the first time I hit 700. This little fucker still hit 705.
Where was this competition?
You said where? No.
Didn't you compete at Carey Street? Like,
yeah, I did that.
Yeah, that's what I remember seeing.
Carey
on
Street
Facebook.
what?
At Carey Street Gym, they had a competition
VCU?
when you're VCU.
Nice.
I don't remember where this was.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember where it was at all. But he still hit 705, and his coach is probably eating the shit up. It's like these fuckers are pissing themselves looking at each other's numbers, and they're not in the same weight class, but they don't know. Yeah, and that time like blew out my eyeballs and shit.
Jeez.
But like I was like going through like a mini manic episode because I was like, oh shit, I was like rocking back and forth. And I could hear like 1,000 voices. It felt like I was like Legion, where I could hear like 1,000 voices saying the same thing.
Speaking in
Don't die.
tongues.
Don't die. And then we're gonna walk him to like, you can't die. And that was like the only driving force when I get back to like lifting like that. I was like, don't die. And even when I have like there is comfort in like there's catches and safeties and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like it gets so much more amplified when
Well,
there's
that's what I
people.
mean. Well, yeah, people.
I wanted to dive into that.
I feel like, just like you said, Austin, it's like I failed before. I honestly prefer failing without someone behind me because I've had an experience where
What are they gonna do?
Yeah, what are they going to do? And then I've had it where they like pull me back and then my back angle, it like crushes my spine. I'm like, no. So I mean, I can comfortably like drop it and sweep under, but it's still just, it does not feel good when you know, like, I don't have it.
Yeah. But yeah, with the racks, it gives you some opportunity to play with it and be like, or the safeties. But like, when you're there, you're like, all right, I can play with this and I won't die.
Yeah.
Because I failed and I didn't die. That was another part that was like a big stepping stone for me. It was like, I can fail and I won't die if I'm in a rack.
You got to get comfortable failing.
Yeah. Because at that point, leading up to 700, I had never fucking failed.
Well, we had Landon on, like, it's the first podcast in here, and he talked about that. He had like 2 competitions where he was 9 for 9, and then his third competition really fucked with him immensely because I think he failed on his opener or his second, and it was the first time ever in the gym
that he had
moment
failed,
that he ever failed,
and
it just
whooped him.
Killed him for the whole
he
competition.
just stopped after, I think.
Yeah, I think that was the last time he competed.
Yeah,
and he was strong. He was like a smaller or lighter guy. I think he was like
140,
150
something
maybe,
low,
under
but he
160.
could squat in the 500s.
Squat 500, bench like 3 something, and deadlift 6 or 5 or 600.
Yeah,
But it's pretty good. But I wanted to talk about it because I've never experienced it. Obviously, I doubt either of y'all. But walking out, is there music or is there like what are you listening to before you like hop under that bar?
It's just
are
the
you, like,
tinnitus kind of sound.
Or you're just fucking like blood under your eyes, ready to go, Braveheart style, going to war. Like, what are the emotions walking up to that thing?
There's like none. There's just like, I need to focus on what my body needs to do.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because it's like, all right, you can think about not dying. You just think about what you need to do.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Like, if you do, you do it. If you don't, you don't. Like, the result will be the same.
That's one thing, too, is like, I feel like with a lot of any kind of athletic competition is it's like, at the end of the day, like, you know, it either happens or it doesn't. You know, you either win the fight or you don't. You either, you know, hit a home run or you strike out. It's kind of like at the end of the day, like, you're still alive, like in the grand scheme of things, like you're okay. But it still just is like, you know, you got to kind of control the nerves, the adrenaline, and all that. As best you can.
Especially with this, because it's not like, oh, I have to think about like changing my performance, like out of like 8 rounds or something, or an hour or something. It's like you have one movement to do.
Yeah, and with this, it's like it's literally just like you, and for the most part, it's like you've either done this weight or you know what you're capable of or not. It's like you're either strong enough to like stand up with it or you're not. You know, it's like yes or no. There's no gray.
Yeah.
And also, I guess it helps that you get 3 chances. I guess the opener is like, all right, hips are feeling good. I'm feeling loose. Second one's determining like, all right, we're going up or we're like going conservative. But it sucks, I'm sure, going for that second one because I'm sure the nerves are probably more on the second one because you're like, fuck, this determines what that third one's going to be. I mean, I don't know, but
I haven't had to think about it.
No? Damn.
I've literally not had to think about it.
Now
that I'm going for like
put on more
world records, is like numbers is like, hey, actually, this is kind of difficult. You got to make sure you plan this out right. It's like, oh, now I have to think about it a little bit different. So you ask me in October, I might say something different. But like beforehand, it was, except for that one time with that kid Duncan Hunley, I've never had to think that hard. I just be like, all right, this is what you want to do for the day. What's a qualifier? And then like at the time, I didn't even know what a qualifier was. It was like, all right, I lifted, something happened. I didn't even know I had state records in 2018 because I was so pissy about my first competition. I just came from a torn meniscus. And I was just recovering, like, all right, yeah, it sucks, blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of, like, bumbled through it. And, like, I didn't know until about 1.5 years, 2 years later that I had any state records. I was looking for someone else. I just checked heavyweight. I was like, why is my name there? So like, I haven't had to think about it. And it was luck. It was luck.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, it was luck. Like, Virginia's records are low for some reason. And I happen to do it. I'm not mad about it. I'm just like, okay, cool. This put me in a position to actually care about this sport and get to where I am. Because maybe if I didn't have anything for whatever reason, I'm like, fuck it.
So have you qualified for something like the Arnold or something like big?
Every time.
Have you not wanted to?
I just never, why would I? It was never for glory or like making friends or any shit like that. It was just like, why would I go to like, exact example, I qualified for the Japanese bench competition, the Japanese world bench competition for something. I don't know. I guess it would have to be IPF because that's what USAPL does. But why? Like, I'm not going to go there and win. Like, because
So,
my bench is
to you, it's
trash.
either like I'm either gonna like be extremely competitive.
I have
and
never
potentially win or
placed
not.
anything but first.
Okay,
Good.
winner.
Yeah, don't want to break the streak.
I haven't either. Yeah. You can't lose if you don't compete. So that's
It's true.
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just like, why? Like, if I can go there, make my money back for what I'm paying to travel, why would I pay to travel to lose?
Yeah, that's a
True.
good point.
True.
That's where because I never was like, I'm in it for glory. It's just like, oh, it's convenient that I'm pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
Get that.
Why would I travel to pay?
I know
to
one
lose?
thing though that you're thinking about now is getting. Hence why you came into the party in the gym just to lift some heavy shit is more eyeballs, more awareness. Because especially with you growing your business and your coaching, and becoming more of a freelancer and business owner, is that something you might open your mind to in the future just for the exposure of the Arnold? And
Oh
there is the
yeah.
expo.
Of course. But like US, I know it won't be this year because USPA, they don't do the Arnold. I guess that's what I've heard.
It might be fucked because COVID anyway.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, that too. And then I'm like, all right, cool. I want to hit my world records here, so I have a plan for like October. Next year it'd be another situation where it's like, all right, you did all the things you said you're gonna do at USPA, cool. What records do you want now? So I think I'm in a place where I can do it for notoriety. And plus I'm thinking about it like that in general because I didn't realize my numbers. I don't realize what my numbers are until I get there. Like as far as like how people perceive them. I'm like, oh shit, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that I know it is a thing, and that like more people who message me and talk about like, oh shit, you are making me do better because I don't see that in person. But now that I see it in person, you're doing better. I don't feel like it's just for me or just like my emotions or whatever. It's for other people too. And then also this is a resume builder. Also, it's just like kind of you're building a legacy.
Yeah,
Who else are you?
100%.
And then like a thing that's bothered me to no end is I should not have got any fucking state records with those low ass numbers in this competition. I just need Virginia as a fucking whole to be stronger. Yeah. So
Tighten the fuck up.
yeah,
Stand the
yeah.
fuck
No,
up.
for real. I need there's
Yeah.
like key weight classes and key federations that are like, all right, that's respectable. But I just wanted to be like, no, we're just as a state and a unit,
Yeah.
we are a place that does not fuck around.
What are some good
was
states,
about to
like
ask
number
that.
wise? I feel like it would be
We might need a
Midwest.
cut.
So it's not that Virginia is weak. I have a fucking mastodon of a human that benches 600 and eats my cereal who won't compete. They're not weak. I'll train some lady to like break a state record in the first time she lifts. They're not weak.
They just don't.
They
compete.
just aren't pushed to do anything and show that they can do it. It's not that they're weak. It's just the culture isn't there.
Is there
Yeah.
a lack of competitions available? Is that because of that, or
That
it's just
could be
not
a
made?
thing too.
Yeah.
But that goes back to the culture. You don't necessarily need a sanctioned meet every fucking weekend just to be good. You just need a culture that likes strength.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is brought to you by Armbrill Gym.
Come on down. Get you some.
Calm down.
But like for real, that's literally the problem. Is like you don't have a culture around strength athletes. They're here. They're fucking around doing whatever.
Yeah.
You had I don't. His name's Nick Mazzanetti, something very fucking Italian, who was at AmFam just chilling. You know, you could see from his legs. You know, what
Oh,
I'm talking.
Nick,
Yeah, I'm
Nick,
saying. As soon
yeah.
as I said legs, I was
Yeah.
like, you're gonna know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
no. He used to do the damn pin squats at like 700, and people would be
Yeah.
like, "Damn, dude's slamming the weight again." And it's
Yeah.
like he
Yeah.
doesn't have a gym to go to where it's like. I remember like the managers. I don't know if they came to you. I'm sure they did at some point, but they're bitching at a lot of people either whether it's chalk or your deadlifts sound too loud or this or that. And to be honest, it's like it's not their fault because they are pushing for a family environment. They have a kid zone. They have most people on the ellipticals and the hoist machines. But at the same time, it's like people like yourself don't really have another option.
At the same time, is it that your family can't be strong? If you want to have a
That's
kid,
true.
you can't be a
100%.
fucking athlete.
People are soft,
That's
though.
weird.
People are
Yeah,
soft.
that's
That's
true.
weird.
They're
You think
intimidated.
it's like the short
Yeah,
pump
it's
crowd?
a culture problem. It's
Yeah.
not like
Well,
you can't be a family and be
I'll
strong.
throw my dad slightly under the bus. My mom listens to these, so she'll probably laugh at us. But it's like when we got our Texas Power Bar in our garage, the first thing my dad was like, oh man, that bar's really rough. We can sand it down though. I was like,
Yeah, oh, yeah. yeah, you already told me that. Yeah.
I was like, we are not doing that. I was like, it's supposed to be rough.
Yeah.
Take off your gloves, damn.
Yeah.
Arsenal
man.
rough.
But yeah, it's just a culture issue that just has not been fucking addressed.
Dang.
But like going back to Nick, like that was the first person I saw do something weird where I was like, I don't think your quads are implants, my guy.
No, his quads are massive.
They're-
like his legs are like legit tree trunks.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'll have to look him up.
lean. He's a lean diesel fucking person.
Yeah. Like I mean, he's got like the dad gut. Like he's not like shredded, but like legs.
When
are,
I don't know what
tree
what time that frame
he's,
it is.
I don't know what his last
Nick
name is.
Mazzetti.
It's
you said?
Mazzanetti, Mazzetti.
It's
I think
on
it's
YouTube.
Mazzetti.
There's
I
a
think
video
it's
of him
Mazzetti.
when
No,
he's like
Instagram?
200.
Look up raw, 100% raw, and look up the world records of the national records. It's a guy with the 800-pound squat.
We got to pull this Goliath
I'll
up
see
real
if I
quick.
can find
Yeah.
it.
Damn.
I
Yeah.
just don't remember how to spell the last name.
If you look up the records for 100% raw, which is what I'm going to, like
He has
he's-
the record?
Yeah, he's one of those people where, yeah, it's a respectable number. 800-pound squat, 800-pound deadlift, something for his bench. Like,
For Virginia?
yeah, but it's like spaced out between X amount of federations. You see a handful of people that are really good, and there's a lot of people that are really good, but you don't see that they're really good because the culture's not pushed.
What is obviously, yeah, we're talking more so about Virginia culture, but what is your thoughts on somebody that's breaking records with single lifts per se? I mean, I guess we're talking about this guy right here too, but like
You're a
not
fucking
all
specialist.
three. Okay,
Who cares? Like, good for you.
yeah,
Somebody else is going to want to do that. Maybe they're specialists, maybe they're not.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you're still pushing the agenda.
For sure.
You should probably get a better deadlift, dog. You're pushing the
Yeah.
agenda. It's like, oh, this is what's possible. It's like,
100%.
yeah, what are you doing? Get your shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to make it like into an aggressive, like, I'm using people as a stepping stone situation. But like, if that's somebody's drive, fuck it. It is what it is. If it's somebody that's like, oh yeah, I appreciate what you're doing. I see it's possible. If they're fucking 16 and can acknowledge that it's possible, that means they'll probably shoot to it like at 21.
yeah.
Yeah.
They have so much time to grow from there. Like that's what's happening right now. I forget who the kid is now. It's like right on Ray Williams' ass with everything, and he's like 22.
I feel like Larry Wheels
21?
just bought into the hype, and he's kind of like, I feel like not powerlifting as much anymore.
Whatever. He made money. Who cares?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's- I'm sure
It is
he's
what it is.
living all right.
It is what it is. But this kid I'm talking about, he's a natty. He's young, and he's like
Yeah.
on Ray Williams' ass.
Yeah.
I wish I knew his name off the top of my head, but like he's on his ass. It's just the same thing with the deadlifts. Like and that's just a general culture thing, right? Not even Virginia's culture, but like, you know how hype it was to see Eddie Hall hit 1,000 pounds or
Yeah.
1,100.
Thor-
I forget what it was.
Thor hit a little bit more than that.
There was some
It's not that hype
controversy.
anymore, though.
Yeah.
You know why though? You have fucking Jamal Browner and Kayla Willem who
Oh,
exist,
yeah. And they're
it's like,
100
yeah,
pounds lighter.
they're 100 pounds
Or
lighter.
That's
Chris
more
Christoffen.
impressive,
Yeah, they're 100 pounds lighter. These two, I don't know if they're natty or not. I don't even care because I don't think the mountain is. So whatever.
I don't think. No, you know he's not. He's
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
came out.
yeah.
But people give too much stock to like steroids. 800 pounds, 900 pounds, 1,000 pounds. It is what it is. You're not doing it. It's insanely impressive. I
Yeah.
don't care if he's hyped up on orange juice or trin. I don't care.
That-
I just want to watch him lift heavy
No,
weights.
you're right. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
We can say it's an underlying factor that just is true all around
Yeah.
in this situation. I don't know if it is or isn't.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? Because at the end of the day, Kayla Willem and Jamal Browner just pulled. They not just pulled. They're way smaller than them. They're using hook grip.
Hook grip.
Hook
I
grip?
saw him do
One
it.
belt.
No thumbs
Yeah.
left.
No deadlift suit. Like it's like, oh, who
It's
the fuck
insane.
cares?
I remember
Yeah.
I saw Dan Green pull. I think it was like 800 belt lifts or some shit at the cage when I went to the Arnold.
It was 900.
Never 900.
That was the
what it
first time.
900,
Yeah. That's like that. Like introduced my
And I was
Instagram
like,
career.
holy yeah. I mean, just such
Dang.
animals.
Yeah, and it was like for me, I didn't even know that was a big number for real. I was like, oh, Dan Green's alive
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
didn't see him after he got injured.
Yeah.
That was like right when I think Kevin Oak beat him.
Yeah.
And that was one of the people I would watch.
I think that same year, the year after, Rob Hall, this like put him in the hospital, but him and some other dude went back and forth with, I believe, like 600 pounds, and they just did one rep, and they went
Yeah.
up to 56 reps.
Yeah,
And I was like, holy shit.
yeah, but it's
The numbers are just going to keep going up.
They're just going to keep going up.
Yeah.
As soon as you see that they're achievable, you're like, oh shit.
The more people prepare, believe, and achieve.
And it's more so, just like you're saying, the earlier they start, that's the more time they have to build it up. If you're starting a little later in life, it's going to be tougher.
So this goes back to a weird conversation that I like to call time traveling. So Ray Williams, I feel like, is so great, or is such a thing when he did what he did. And I could be wrong. But what I saw from it was that I don't think anyone was projected to deadlift or squat 1,000 pounds raw natty for like 10, 15 fucking years. But like, it's a perception thing. Everyone just like looks at their goal because you keep looking at like stepping stones, and they're like, all right, yeah, if that guy can do that, I can do that. He wasn't even aware of what the fuck was going on. I think the first or second competition he had a world record, he didn't even know what the fuck was going on. He was just like some guy lifting. So it was there. I'm happy somebody was just like, yo, you should compete. And he was like, oh, I guess.
Dang,
It's just
crazy.
like anything. It's like, even like running sports, like before someone cracked like the 4-minute mile, and then now there's high school
schoolers
kids doing that.
Yeah, it's just like, oh,
And,
you done it yet?
yeah.
It's not like, it's a big thing. It's like, have you done it yet?
Yeah, same deal with marathons and other things. So it's, it's crazy as like people, mentally can perceive it.
Yeah.
The belief is there, and then it's just applying the work.
I remember I was talking to one kid at Vitamin Shop when I worked there, and he was like, what, oh man, it was that one kid I told you that was like a good person to have around. It was just, we just shooting the shit and had no idea who each other are. Anyways, he was like, what's a good number to shoot for my deadlift? I was like, I think like a ton, dude. And he looked at me like, either you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or you're fucking with me. No, you're dead serious. He was like, I could see those different things go through his head when I said it, because I was like waiting for him to respond. He was like, why? That's like weird. I was like, no, somebody will do it. Why are you waiting? Someone will do it. Like, I mean, you can use these people's stepping stones, like, as far as perception, but someone will.
That's a mindset that I feel like I've been trying to apply to myself. Is I know we've talked about with business, is like, why not me? Like, someone else has like built this supplement company, or someone else has developed this gym, or done this with their lift or whatever. It's like, why can't I? Yeah. I mean, there's obviously like certain situations at their end, their upbringing, their genetic potential, but it's like, at the end of the day, you keep making excuses. You never find out whether you can actually be there. So it doesn't hurt to have the mindset of like, oh, they achieved that. Why can't I?
Yep. That's a good start.
That's a good point.
But there's some point where you have to be like, all right, I just want to do this reckless shit.
Yeah.
Because it's not reckless.
You gotta be too,
it's just
too
no one's
stupid
done
to
it
quit.
yet. Yeah.
Too dumb to quit.
Yeah.
2 questions.
Okay.
1, thoughts on sumo.
If you can do it, good for you.
Is that allowed in federations?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever thought about it to be able to pull more?
I'm trash at it.
Oh.
I like conventional more.
Yeah.
It looks cooler too. For me. For
Yeah.
sure. It looks stronger.
Yeah, it does look a lot stronger.
I mean, I have nothing against it. Like, that's so technical. It's like, all right, if you want to get to where you have like Olympic athlete level like mobilization, so you can actually get in a position and learn how to do it and just do all like, there's so many things that go into it.
Yeah.
It just looks like, oh, that guy pulled it up less.
Yeah.
But like when you get into like being good, you have to be a better athlete in general to even apply it.
Mm-hmm.
True. That's a good
So there's
point.
nothing. What's the problem? Get better, or shut the fuck up.
True.
One or the other.
I like that. That's
And
going on
then
the wall. Get
one
better,
thing,
shut the fuck
yeah,
up.
that'll go in the free weight room.
Yeah.
One thing I used to see a lot at the weight room, I was just curious what you thought about it, was what are your thoughts on like doing things to kind of bridge the gap, or do you like to just do the straight lift? So I'm talking about like pulling off blocks, or like benching
Safety
with the
squat
block,
bars,
yeah, or other things like
loads.
that. Do
Or
you
you
feel
just
like
gonna
that's
add
kind
a
of a
little bit of
waste of time, or do you feel like you kind of just need
It's
to train
not a
the
waste of
movement?
time. It's just a matter of figuring out which one works the best for each person.
True.
That's really the thing. Which
Gotcha,
goes back to, did you assess someone well? Well enough to where you can make them excel much faster.
Do you kind of use that yourself, or do you just try to train the straight
I tried
movement?
to just train the straight and narrow because I had no other thing to think about, because my focus was like on emotion driven things.
Yeah.
Not I'm trying to break into a different number.
Gotcha.
So it would, and that my whole thing was specificity to fix something.
Yeah.
Until I ran into so many walls, and I was like, oh, if I had this random thing, not random, but this thing it will make my number grow exponentially, like 100 pounds in a year. Mm-hmm. I don't expect it every year at all. But I mean, like, it was a tall sign to be like, hey, yo, you should do this more frequently.
Yeah.
At least like experiment with these things that like should bridge the gap between these things. So it deserves to be there.
You train more RP based or percentage based?
Because I'm not a good coach to myself, I train more feel based.
I was about to say.
Okay, so more RP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But when I train in my clients, it's percentage based. Because I
can't always trust them to know what they're really.
I can't trust them to know. Yeah, exactly. They don't know what the fuck they should be able to do whatever they're supposed to do. Typically.
I'm a liar to myself with my squats. Sometimes I feel like, or like even when I hit 455, I remember I looked
told
at you
and I was like, yo,
and I was like,
let's go up.
I'm gonna call it there because I'd ran 15 miles before. I didn't want to like push my hamstrings too far like the day after. And then because I filmed it though, I got to look at it and I was like, oh fuck, that moved just as smooth as 425. So then I was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. So perceptive.
How things feel and how they really look are very different.
But on top of that, like. It comes back to a lot of the things when I'm training my athletes. I'm like, all right, these are the percentages you should be able to hit. I'm not saying that you can't hit them. You can. Why aren't you? So is this a cueing issue? Is this a sleep issue? Are you not warming up?
Yeah.
Is there something else you didn't tell me about? Like, you should hit this number. So I'm not changing what I wrote on that fucking paper. I need you to be more straightforward or more disciplined right now. And that's it. That's why I don't want to train them by anything but percentage in the beginning, because if they're not hitting that, there's a fucking reason that I need to know.
Yeah.
But when they're good, now that might be something weird. You're more predictable. Why aren't you hitting? It might not be as straightforward of an answer. But yeah, so early on, all percentage based. Technically, always all percentage based. But RP tends to kick in where you're like either doing something weird. Like I have one client who's he's going to be here soon. He's cutting weight to potentially hit some state records. He hasn't had to cut weight before. I've had to baby him a bit more because neither one of us knows how he's going to respond to that. So that's RPE based. But like anyone else, I'm like, nah, bro. What the fuck did you do wrong? What did you do right? Like whatever the case may be.
Another more fun question before we can probably dive into these questions is when you were going for 8:15 here at the party in the gym, what were you thinking when that guy was standing there yelling, "Stand the fuck up"?
I didn't hear him.
Oh, dude,
I didn't hear shit.
Dude, I'm sure blood was about to squirt out.
No, I didn't hear shit.
Ambient noise.
There's literally just like this very clear moment. I was like, why won't it pass here?
Yeah.
Why won't it pass? What am I doing
like
wrong?
3 inches from just
just locking it out. But then I realized from your footage, actually, it was like, or someone's footage, mine or yours, it was like, oh, I didn't lock out my legs to build the leverage for my glutes to actually push outs. So I was actually dealing with two spongy joints that wouldn't cooperate with one another because I didn't commit to either or. That was it. Yeah, I didn't hear shit.
I just love that dude. He was yelling at it.
Yeah.
I love it. In hindsight, when I look at it, I fucking love it. I love
such
it.
a good cue. We're
all
like,
straight simple.
Nice.
Oh yeah, but like in the moment, I didn't hear shit. I'm thinking about why is this not happening? Because I've had so many weird situations. Not so many, but I have one particular that made sense. But a ref red light me on a few things. And she's actually a really high level athlete and ref. I forget. I don't know her name or anything. But like, I swore she was out to fucking just get me. And when I look back, I was like, oh no, she just did everything right. I didn't realize it. But like when I sit there in my lift, I'm like, okay, what are these things that are not happening? And even if I'm like mid lift, especially when I have time to think, I'm like, what's going on? So at that point, everyone's dead to me. I can't hear shit. I'm literally just thinking about what do I need to do? Because I remember looking in someone's face and be like, oh, lock my legs out because they will not count this in the next second if you don't do it.
Dang.
But yeah.
What are some, I guess to polish this off, I don't know if it's taboo to talk about it, but like, I guess to put it into the universe, what is your total or what are your numbers looking like that you're expecting for this upcoming Sunday?
I don't even...
You don't have to talk about it if you
don't.
No.
I want to talk about it. I don't care.
Safe space.
I don't care. No.
I don't know if it's taboo to like, put it
I don't
out
know if
there
it's
or
taboo
whatever.
either.
Okay.
I mean, it might be taboo. That's how I looked at people say, can I beat you or not? It's like, all right, this is what I hit, and I just go there and hit it. But like, whatever it is to get the qualifiers.
Gotcha.
I don't want to focus too much on hitting like huge numbers. If I was, I wouldn't even try the 8:15 at the party at the gym thing.
Yeah.
How about this? What are your top numbers for each movement?
Yeah, exactly.
For each movement, I can confidently say 8:15 for my deadlift. Because I was like, okay, I just didn't do these two things. That's what it wouldn't count in the competition. My bench, my top lift is 485. And for my squat, it's 725. But I feel like I should be able to do 750. And if I actually pay attention to it, as opposed to forcing my deadlift, it should be 775. Yeah.
Strong.
That's all right.
Yeah. Lightweight, baby.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Might be double everything I do, but yeah.
All right, so we're going to dive into what's called Barstool Sports Answer the Internet. We're going to let Jihan go first. And these are questions as fucked up as you are, so it's a surprise once you flip it over. Read it out loud, and then you answer first.
All right.
Yep.
If you could be any character from a TV show, who would it be? Fucking Snoopy, dog.
Just
I can see that.
living on
He's living the
easy
fucking
mode.
life. He just sleeps and like just fucks shit up, laugh, walk away, and like whatever. He's just like a menace to society.
Yeah.
He's like the Joker
Yeah.
before anyone knew about Joker.
Oh, I like
Or I don't know the timeline, but like
Yeah.
he's just a Joker of his universe.
You know what? I'll Alex Moran from Blue Mountain State.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
tell me you haven't seen
No,
that.
it's been forever, though.
Dang.
He was the quarterback that
Yeah.
just fucking
the main character.
slung dick, and there's like
Yeah.
you know what show I'm talking about?
No, but I mean, like I respect the concept. It's like,
Yeah.
no, just
It's one
fuck
of those
everything.
like
Okay.
just stupid like college like
It was
football
pretty
team,
funny.
and
What was
it
it
was
called
like a
again?
Blue Mountain State.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Probably
yeah,
seen
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's got,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Thad
yeah.
Castle
Yeah,
and, like-
yeah.
Probably He-Man. Because I want to look
Nice,
fucking
nice.
yoked and just whoop ass.
Nice. Did y'all ever watch Beast Wars as a kid?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
Rhinox.
Okay. It's an absolute unit.
Yeah,
Like,
he
fuck
had
up
these
anything
two
in front of
guns
you.
that were like machine guns with like a saw that spun
Oh,
around.
shit.
As
Yeah,
he would
he is
shoot.
just a visual problem.
Yeah, could turn into a rhino. So pretty cool.
It
Yeah,
also turns into a rhino.
Yeah.
That downstairs. So mine's answered the internet. Would you rather be able to eat as much as you want without getting fat, or never have to pay for any meals? So eat as much as you want without getting fat, or never have to pay for a meal.
Free
in your life.
food. I get full kind of quickly. Like one medium pizza puts me like in a nap.
Yeah, he was struggling the other day.
I'd never pay for my meals because I mean,
What?
I,
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
I
then
thought you
I'd
meant
end
in
up
real
saving a
life.
fuck ton of money.
Oh.
Don't tell anybody.
yeah, I'd rather probably never pay for my meals.
Yeah.
Kill the calories, bro. Kill
Yeah.
That's all, because always my problems. Like I can eat everything if I
Yeah,
need to, but
endless
it's like,
pit.
yeah.
Maddie's that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do free food because then you could get as nice quality food as you want.
And then I just
Yeah.
save
ribeye
some
for
money.
every
That's
meal.
true.
Yeah.
I'd be like fucking living at Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
for at least a while.
Let's make another lap through there.
Yeah, I know.
All right, this one's pull the internet. Would you kill a random hobo to get to fuck Kate Upton? Oh yeah, for sure.
Probably.
No one's gonna miss him.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Nah. Bro, I'm a prude. I only have two bodies. Just some rando and my fiance. I'm a prude, dog. Like,
I only got 3, but everybody can dream.
You know she comes to visit around here, right? She goes. Her
Well,
husband lives in Mechanicsville.
Yeah, Justin
Yeah.
Verlander. So like, yeah, she would sometimes pop in AmFam Shore Pump. But
Well, it looks like he's gonna slide to the side for a second.
Yeah, this hobo getting ass.
yeah. I'll be like Mark Wahlberg and the other guys. He shot Derek Jeter. I'll shoot Justin Verlander.
You should have shot Jeter.
Yeah.
And
Or
the
shot A-Rod.
Oh, A-Rod. You should have shot A-Rod.
last one. What are your top 3 gas station snacks of all time?
Fuck.
I got 2. I don't have a third.
That's okay.
Okay. So I realized if I needed something in like a jam, just be like, I need to get this lift. It'd be 2 honey buns and a protein shake.
Ooh.
Dude, that's
Like-
a fucking view.
He's
Yeah.
trading in 2 of the options for both the same
Yeah.
Double.
thing. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that was always like, I don't have time to do whatever I'm supposed to do from a meal prep or anything, or I was irresponsible, didn't prep anything. What can I do to make sure that I get through this workout perfectly fine?
Yeah.
Like actually some of the best workouts I've had.
I bet.
Fucking, yeah,
Nice.
2 honey buns, 2 glazed
Dude,
honey buns,
Mm.
and a fucking protein shake.
Nice.
When's the last time you've had a honey bun? It's been over like 2-3 years for me.
Yeah, in like middle school
5
or
or 6.
elementary school.
Damn, we gotta bring it back up here.
Yeah,
No.
that's
No.
quick carbs.
Their problem.
Y'all bring up so much
Hey,
bullshit.
Jihan, roll through if you need one, man.
You're gonna be selling them at the
Yeah.
front. He'll buy them out.
Yeah.
Need a little
Middle
buzzer.
bun.
Oh,
Honey
yeah.
bun.
Mine's gonna be probably beef jerky, and then sour Skittles,
Oh, good choice.
and then probably after that it's usually probably Sour Patch Kids. I'm a
Nah.
candy head for sure.
So I'm gonna need a drink. So I'm gonna go with the rain.
Oh, I didn't know we were.
I'll probably
Oh.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that a snack?
fuck.
I'll
Yeah, you're
probably-
right.
that counts. That counts.
guess.
It's,
That's right.
It's an option.
Liquor.
So
Gotta
I'll
get
probably either
cotton
go
mouth.
with like, what is their lemon called? Some shit.
Lemon
Lemon
heads.
Okay, either that or I do the orange dreamsicle, and then I do probably a bag of like peanuts or like pistachio
Yeah.
or some shit, something a little salty. And then I'd probably do like a sour Skittle. Or
Yeah,
pretzels,
good choice.
Something like that.
I would say Probably similar. Orange Dreamsicle Rain. I really like the if you ever see them, they're like shelled pistachios, and it's like a chili flavor. Those are really good. I always get those at a gas station, especially when my classes were on Broad Street in VCU. I would just walk over to that gas station in between if it was like a 3-hour class. And then I don't know if y'all have ever had these, but High Chews. They're really good. They're kind of a interesting candy. They're individually wrapped, but it's just a real like juicy kind of chewy candy. Good flavors of like mango, Granny Smith apple, like grape, other things like that. But they're pretty good because you do make a lot of trash because you like unwrap each of them. Yeah, but they're just real juicy and really good too. Good to kind of top off the spicy pistachio with.
Well, Jihan, let the people know where they can keep up with you on social media, because we want to keep up with you for the competition upcoming. Where can they find you on social media for like Instagram and whatnot?
My Instagram, I believe, is Clyde Dexter 9.
The Clydesdale.
Yeah.
AKA the Clyde fucking
Stallion.
Dale.
Let me confirm it for the people, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
If you look up my name, I think it's the
Clyde
only one in the
Dexter
world.
9.
Yeah. So, or it's Jihan Garland. One of the
Good,
other.
man. Yeah, thank you for coming out for real. And I'm glad we actually got to talk to you, because I didn't know you did all that other shit before this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, it's the list
Still
gets
wild.
weirder, bro.
Yeah, and if you're trying to get strong as shit, programs
Yeah,
online,
that's true.
also in person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, keep
Hit
up
'em
for
up.
this coming Sunday. And a little housekeeping real quick. This coming week, Gym Flow is going to be giving away a 12-month, year's worth of pre-workout starting tomorrow, Monday. Spend over $100 over the spend over $100 on the site.
He's slurring his words.
Yeah. You will get a raffle ticket with your name on it for every $100 you spend over the next 2 weeks, and you'll win a year's worth of pre-workout, 100% free. Other than that, we got some Overcome samples in. Tested that. We nailed one down. Excited to get some reviews going for that.
Flavor Fox.
Let's
And
go. Cherry
yeah.
freeze.
Follow us all in the description below. Keep up with us on social, and we will see y'all in the next one. We're out of here.